Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Today I just wanted to talk about Tesla and my plan going into the pre-battery week day. So I believe battery day is on the 22nd. So I just want to look at some of the charting here and just go over some of the points from previous run-ups that Tesla had and how the stock acted previously, which I think that history can obviously tell us a lot about the stock, the runs that it has, the percentage moves that it can obviously make. As you saw last week, Tesla fell about 20% in one day, which was a huge sell-off in Tesla, which is probably about the biggest one-day sell-off that we've seen in a very long time, and I believe it was the highest for Tesla stock. So just looking back here, I was a buyer of Tesla here, and this is obviously post-split price. So we're looking at the prices here, which is about $200 a share, and you'll see from about the June timeframe all the way to the end of June, the stock really hasn't done much. It traded about the $195 to $200 range. And then we had this run up into the earnings call, which the earnings happened on July 22nd. So you'll see from here you have this huge run up. The stock took a breather here, and if you notice here, this is a key level of support for Tesla stock. And actually, the average key level here is about the $300 range, and this is post-split price. But you'll see here prior to the earnings call, we had this sort of average leveled out price here of about $275 a share. And after it ran up to the earnings, there were a lot of people that thought, the earnings were awesome. They sold, I believe, 500,000 cars. They had awesome cash flow. There was kind of a forward vision that they would be included in the S&P because there was talk about that in the earnings call. So I think after all the earnings hype died, a lot of this was priced into the stock. So right here about the $358 would have been obviously the perfect time to sell. And I actually sold half my shares at about $330 here pre-earnings call. And I kind of I don't like to hold all my shares going into the earnings call because you really don't know what's going to happen. Even if they report record car sales, record cash flow, you could always have the future outlook is very bad. And going into the economy that we're having now, you really can't tell how car sales are going to look 3 to 4 months out. So, but just looking at the overall chart here on what the stock did. The stock had about a 35.36% run up, and that's from the pre-earnings day call. So about that beginning of July timeframe run up to July 22nd to the earnings call, to the point where the stock basically stabilized here, pre-earnings call, after earnings call. So you'll see a strong level of support here was about the $276 range. So that's about a 36% gain. So looking forward here, as you can see, this is about when they announced the Tesla stock split. So the stock split obviously didn't happen until August 28th, which you'll see, like the high point here. And you'll see this huge run up in price just from the announcement of the stock split. So I believe this pullback in Tesla is not obviously there was some news that came out that they liquidated $5 billion worth of shares, but we kind of found this baseline here in the price at about $329 a share, and I believe that's mainly due to the sell-off of tech in general. I think the $5 billion the liquidation of shares probably would have taken the stock down about the $420 range, and we probably would have been trading in that zone. But with the whole tech sell-off, I think the whole sector has dragged down the Tesla stock, and it's not really due to Tesla itself. I just think the whole sector in itself. So I think this minor run-up that we had here is also due to the Nikola announcement of all the issues that Nikola's having and the fraud that came out. So I think you're seeing a lot of investors going from Nikola stock back to Tesla stock. So if we look here, going into battery day, my plan is to cost average in back into Tesla. I did pick up some shares when the stock kind of bounced down to this $340 point, because $340 is actually a level of support as we saw here in this chart. So I did pick up some shares at about 335, 340, and my plan is to cost average into Tesla and add a little bit of shares going out throughout the week. So my stop loss is obviously set at $329 a share. So if any time during the week we have a major tech sell-off due to announcements from the feds, or there's some kind of issues with the stock, my selling point is about $329 a share, and from that point I think we have a strong support level at about $299. So I think once we if it breaks this point, I could see the stock easily going down to about the $299 level. So but I do see a potential, because the stock does run up in 25 to 35% moves, as you could see here. So if we bring a 35% move here, you'll see that the stock this week going up to the battery day, you'll see that we're pretty much where we were post split, which is the $500 a share level. Now I personally don't think that running up the battery day we're going to get up to the $500 level. I think some of that is priced into the stock, and I believe it was priced in around this point here, because you'll notice the split happened here, and after the split happened the stock had a big sell-off, but it did bring itself back up to this point here at about the $430 range. So in the short term, pre-battery day, maybe battery day itself, I could see the stock going up to about my sell point is about the $440 to $460 range. So my plan is to accumulate shares throughout the week running into next week. Now if it does hit this point here on my sell trigger, which is about $330 a share, I will dump it, but I'm looking to possibly get a 10% move. So on a 10% move, let's look here, let's just do the charting right here. A 10% move, that would put us at about $411 a share, which is really not that much higher than where we're at now, at about the $370 point. So I looked at the NASDAQ pre-market, and we are trading, futures are definitely a little bit higher. I believe there's some vaccine news that came out. So my plan is to accumulate throughout the week, just cost average in, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not really a long-term holder in Tesla. I just see this as a stock that's heavily traded, heavily shorted. I definitely think it has a good future, and if I were to hold shares long term, I would have to purchase them at a pretty cheap price, which I think might happen. But if the Democrats win office, I could easily see Tesla doing a lot better than this, and probably going up even higher. So so my overall plan is to take some profits as this moves up into battery day. It's obviously buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing, and I think I might be taking profits at about the like I said, $410 range, all the way up to like the $450 range if we hit that point and just start selling shares off, maybe in a 10% group. So I will probably keep about 20% of the shares that I do accumulate during this week here, just to see how high they can actually go post battery day. But I do think the following month we might have some shakiness in the stock market going up to the elections. So please tell me what you think in